Hi, Meg Hogan again. We're going to be talking about managing your money. That's your income, your expenses, your liabilities, and your assets. So, in my book and my courses, I have followed a lot of the teachings there from Robert Kiyosaki, the Rich Dad Poor Dad. And he goes off and has 4 different squares, which is income, expenses, assets, and liabilities. Now, he watches the way people have their flow of money. And it's very interesting to wake up and see that what we're doing now could be very different to the where we want to end up, how the flow of money goes. We see that struggling families will often be seen as having income going to expenses and no assets, but a larger liability debt. So they're sort of going income, expenses, liabilities, and out. Without assets, the reliability being completely on income, this makes it very difficult to get out of this flow. Okay, with the moderate family people, the sort of next one, often they're going to have a scenario of being good income earners. They've got passive and portfolio income coming in. They've got a retrospective amount of expenses, so what they've earned to what they sort of spend, that's sort of retrospective. And they've still got assets that are still being covered by high liabilities. So their flow is sort of going a little bit of assets into income, but mainly income driven, and it's going down into liabilities and out to expenses. The way we want to be and we want to end up is following the rich family design. Your rich family will have income derived from assets. They will pay from their assets, they will pay off any liabilities except for the newly acquired assets. So that'll be limited. And the expenses would normally be minimal as well because they've written it already off into business structures. The ability of the assets column to grow in value over time also enhances the income derived from the assets each year. So, it's really, really quite clever. So they're not really having a lot of, they have working income, but it's more from they're putting their money into assets. Assets are feeding their incomes. They've paid out their liabilities and they're using equities and so forth. So it's absolutely minimal. And their expenses are low because they have business structures in place that are actually making sure that their personal expenses is very, very minimal, if anything. So, and the assets is flowing out nicely through that direction. That's how we want to be. So I don't know, just for a little bit of an exercise, I wonder if you draw the 4 boxes of income, expenses, assets, and liabilities, and just have a look at where does your income, where does your money come in, and where does it sort of flow out, and see whether you sort of fit into more of the struggling family, the moderate family, or the rich family. Have a good day.